Good afternoon, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be lifting this. We're going to be putting a lift kit on it, new wheels, new tires. We're transforming the Expedition. It's never easy. I came out here without a jacket and it's 40 degrees. I'm cold, I'm putting on a jacket. Just like that, it is now in the garage. So, we got a floor jack. We're going to start jacking it up, get the tires off, put it on jack stands, and hopefully the lift will go pretty easy. It looks like it's pretty simple. I'll show you guys. It's pretty much just a spacer kit. So, it looks easy. My truck has a spacer kit. Doesn't look difficult to put in. Let's start with getting these off. You just stick this under there and just start cranking away. There we go. Alright guys, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but to remove these you gotta have a special tool, they say, but you just gotta get that in there. Like that. Perfect. Let's get this tire off. Oh, it's missing a lug nut. Well, according to the directions, which I am actually going to read on this, because I thought it was just unbolt the top of the strut, put it in there, but apparently we got to take the steering apart. You grab yourself a 13/16, probably something in metric, and it spins. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah. You got to put a wrench on the top of that. So is it a 7/16? No. Is it a 3/8? No. The metric system, I guess. Yep, 10 mil. Of course it is. Dang it. Yeah. Alright, now we're just going to take the top of the strut out, I'm sure is all that's left. I really don't know what it's doing back there. Yeah. So after this, the whole strut drops out of here, huh? Then we install. Ooh, and a flexible extension would be very handy, and I broke it on this truck. Well, I got the strut out. That thing was heavy. So the spacer only goes on one way by the design of the bolts. And actually, looking at it, they are offset, so maybe that there's a certain way these go on for the alignment. But the powder coating on these are actually causing it to be a little tricky to get to slide through the bolts, so we're gonna file those a little bit and then we'll slide them right off. Alright, we got the spacer put on. We actually took some spray paint and just hit everything in here so it actually looks a little decent. You can kind of make out the spacer in there, but it is all bolted on. All the new hardware with it. One thing I found out is you don't want to undo this part of the sway bar. Like they say, you want to undo it from the lower control arm. That way you can get it to drop enough to put the strut back on. So we got that put on. We're going to put the old tire back on. Then we can take it all to the tire shop, get an alignment, and put the bigger tires on it. Just like that, we got the spacer in there. This thing actually has a whole lot more room in here for our 33-inch tall tires. Yeah, that paint, that was actually a really good idea to do that because that looks a lot better. It's definitely a lot taller in the front. Dear Lord. Alright, let's go ahead and do the other side and then we'll move on to the back. So this is the strut that came out on the passenger side. I'll show you guys what exactly we're dealing with here. So, The way this lift kit works, gosh, the thing's heavy. You take this spacer, this will bolt to the original mount on where the strut bolts, and this part on the bottom is what the strut bolts to. Thus, lifting the vehicle, pretty much like a block spacer for a leaf spring in the back. It only goes on one way. And this one also needs to get cleaned up from the powder coating, which we explained a little bit earlier. So we clean up the powder coating, this slides right on, and it'll be bolted on just like the other side. Pretty much it's a simple lift kit. I mean, honestly, I think anyone can do it. The only thing is I'm pretty sure we're going to need an alignment after this. So the alignment shop closes in about 3 hours, so we're about to finish the passenger side, and hopefully we'll have enough time to do the back and then drive to our local alignment shop, and they could probably do the tires too. We can swap the wheels. We'll have everything done today. That'd be really nice. What's pretty cool is actually the spacers here are offset to correct the misalignment they would cause. So they actually don't change your alignment at all, it looks like. We still need an alignment, but it's not the biggest concern. Got the front done, like you know. We're just about to start the back. However, we had a nail in this tire about, I don't know, like a month ago, and we took it to discount. They went to fix it, and we told them the back lug nuts on this truck were way over torqued. We had to change the wheel bearing on the other side, but we could not get this one off to change this side. So we told them, and they told us that whoever did it over torqued them, so they took some like torque multiplier, and they actually got the tire off with their impact guns. However, I told them, can you torque it down to 80 foot-pounds? Not whatever they wanted to. I think they said 120. And they said, yeah, sure. And they said they did. However, I only could get off 4 out of the 6 lug nuts here. I'm gonna have to take it back to them, so that way they can break them free. So now we're gonna take it. Hopefully we'll be able to pick this up in a few hours when we can take this off and get to the back end of the truck, because otherwise it's just not gonna get done. Alright, we just left the discount tire. They did break those loose, and they had to use the torque multiplier 3,800, but it worked. They're loose, and the guy said he wouldn't let us drive out of there with only 4 lug nuts out of the 6, so what I said was, okay, I torqued them down myself, not letting them do it, and now we're actually heading home to start on the rear part of the lift kit, which is just great. Yeah, crossing our fingers, hopefully we'll make it. Well, this guy wants it. He wants it, doesn't he? Alright, get ready. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, hold on, don't worry, we're fine. Oh wow, that thing is slow. We won. We beat the Ram van. I'll take it. Back at home, we got both rear tires off. The vehicle is jacked up. Jack is on the rear differential. Jack stands and the tires are in at the frame just to protect it. And it's all sitting pretty much on those jack stands, but we got everything off. Now the back, according to the directions, because I did read them, it's actually easier to do the back than the front, which usually it is in lifts, but I was a little worried because I thought it was going to be kind of the same process. But this, it says, remove the tie rod, the bottom, the top, and slide it out, put the spacer on, put it back, and just reassemble it. That's it. So hopefully it's that easy. I have everything greased, so we're going to go ahead and get to that right now. Alright guys, so it's getting kind of late outside, so what we're going to do is pick this up tomorrow. I actually had a hard time in the back here, but I did get the top half done. Everything is good there. Spacer is on. You can actually see it right there. However, I haven't got the bottom on because it's not as easy as it was in the front. We're actually going to have to get some coil spring compressors and compress this to get those back in. I also took out the tie rod, which goes usually, you'll find it, where is it? Oh, no, it's right there. So it usually goes in that hole right there. So that's where the tie rod used to go, but I had to take it out there, and I actually had to torch off the nut that was holding it because it was so, it wouldn't come off. I had to get the other side glowing red hot. Where's the tie rod? Here it is. So we're going to have to, it's actually not that bad, we're just going to have to chase the threads and get all the soot out of there. I didn't get this hot, I just got the bolt melted out of it. It'd probably be fine. It'll be fine. So yeah, we'll pick this up in the morning. There's no reason to stay up late and just beat on it for hours to get that nut out. Might as well do that tomorrow, then pick up the coil spring compressors, and then hopefully it'll go a little bit smoother, since, you know, the back end has just been torture from the beginning of this whole thing. So the front end looks good, all nice and black in there. We still got to get the new rims, which I haven't showed you yet, but I will. You'll see them. I can show you the tires. They're actually stacked up right here. Here's the 4 of them. The 5th one's over there. I actually got all 5 of these for $200. They are used, but they have, you know, all the treads still on them. They still have the little things in there for the, I don't know what these little doodads do, but yeah, they are Pro Comp Extreme Mud Terrains. These are actually your cheaper style mud terrains if you wanted to get some good ones. Load range E, and these are 305, 65, 17s, which translates to, what does that translate to? 33, 12, 5, 15, or 17, sorry. So, oh, wrong thing, what am I unplugging that for? So, yeah, we're gonna go to bed. I'm tired. See you in the morning. I just cannot get over how I cannot get that strut right back in there. I mean, I don't see the reason that it won't go in. I've used the jack, everything. It just does not want to line in there. Well, guys, I'll be dipped. It took 2 people, but when I sit on this with the crowbar pushing all my body weight, and my wife grabs a 2x4 and we jack that up, and when we get it just right, we beat on it with the hammer, it actually got it in. We didn't need no spring compressor. So yeah, we're gonna do the same thing with the other side. I left this side really loose as far as the top of it, so what we're gonna do is loosen the other side and just repeat the same process on there, and hopefully we can just go get a tap and die and get that, or tie rod fixed, or just get a new tie rod and have this thing done. Just like that, the whole thing is put back together except for the tie rod, which we're gonna, I mean, if you look at it, it's got some blemishes to it, but I think we can either clean this up or just, you know, get a new one, which really wouldn't be that big of a deal. So we're gonna go to Home Depot, see if we can get a tap and die for that, or actually I guess we'll hit AutoZone first, see if they even have a lower or a rear tie rod for an Expedition. But we got it all put back. Let's go ahead and get that done, and actually after that we're all done with the rear end. Yeah, we got the spacer put in. You can see it right there. This is where it usually mounts, up here. So that's your 2.5 inch for the rear and your 3 inch for the front. And I mean, this thing, it's a lot taller. I don't know, it's kind of strange with the back end in the air. Alright guys, so here is the wheel, well, wheels, I guess. I got 3 of them. I already have the 3 of them loaded up in the Expedition, but here they are. They are actually pretty cheap wheels. If you go on Amazon, you could find some deals. So these are by Trailmaster. If I can get it out for you. Show you a few cool things. It's a 17 by, I believe, 10, and it has, I'm not 100% sure, but I've heard that these lips, this little extra lip here, is kind of like a partial bead lock that allows it, where if your tire is aired down, it doesn't allow it to just pop off the seal right away. I believe that's how that works. I'm not 100% sure. Now that we got it out, it looks way taller than it did. I'll have to show you guys like a before and after as it was backing up or something. Good grief. We don't even have the tires on and they're huge. They're still in here. So yeah, we got all the wheels loaded up. We got the 4 tires because we are not going to mount the full-size spare just yet. I'm debating on getting another Trailmaster or just putting it on one of these old wheels. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, we're going to take this thing to the shop, get the alignment done, and it's actually been a few days since we actually were filming, and after driving this thing a few days, I think it's actually not that bad. It's not really changed. The ride quality is the same. Suspension feels about the same. Little tiny bit stiffer, but not something that's, you know, unbearable or like, oh my gosh, just completely changed the vehicle. It's still the Expedition. I'll show you guys some before and after pictures of when we were first working on it to now. I mean, look at this thing. So before. And anybody can do this. Anybody can. I'm not sure if you'll have the same issues I had. Let me get out of the bright light. I'm not sure if you'll have the same issues that I experienced. I experienced, you know, a bad tie rod, which, yeah, the best way to get it off would have been just to cut it, but I actually ended up just re-threading it, you know, taking a, what is that, a tap or a die? I think it's a die, and it just pretty much chased the threads and fixed that and bolted it all back together. I just cannot get over the look of this thing. It is so much better. You know, talk about transforming a vehicle. This is the way to do it. You got to put big tires. Don't leave stuff stock. I mean, I still got to do a little bit of spray paint work. We're going to do a video today, actually, on doing those angry headlights, but not with the Plasti Dip like the Ram. The way I had to cut the bumper. So usually this comes straight down. Now, when we were at the tire shop and I turned it, I said it was really close. Well, once the suspension settled, it actually rubbed so bad. I started by just cutting this a little bit, but then it hit here, and we just had to, you know, carefully cut that off. I mean, just look at that thing. It'll look a lot better by the end of the day, too. So what do you guys think? Do you think that I did a bad job, or do you think I ruined the vehicle? I really don't think I did, but let me know what you guys think of the Expedition transformation. If you did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe for the next upcoming videos of the transformation. This is just part one. There's a few other things to come. So go ahead and subscribe to keep up to date on that. Thanks for watching and have a great day. That's better.
And action!
Way by the design of the... Just cleaning away on this bolt, and I mean, just look at the color. It is brown. We're using grease, gas, everything we can to get it clean. But they are going to do a lift, alignment. We already did the lift. They're going to do the alignment, swap the tires around and everything. And well, I was going to do a cold start for you guys the same way I did before it was lifted, but when I put the camera where it was, can't even see the exhaust pipe. It's way... dang, how am I going to do that? I have to do all kinds of crazy things to get it to work. I bent the hell out of this. This thing is all sorts of bent now. I've broke my breaker bar and had to build something completely crazy and just to do it, and it still is now trying to strip them out because it is so out of whack. One. Alright, so we just dropped off the Expedition at a tire shop, and we had a little bit of a language barrier at first because Pep Boys didn't work out. They pretty much told us to get out of their showroom and never come back.